Hi everyone, it's Jenny McNamara from Touching Trees Counseling. Thanks for joining me on this next video in our series on everlasting divorce. If you've been following along, our first videos were kind of on what is an everlasting divorce, what are some of the causes, and what are some of the effects. The next three videos will be on what do I do about it? I'm in this everlasting divorce. I feel like it's never going to end. Is this my life forever? This really sucks. But it doesn't have to be. There are three areas in your life in which you can make changes, the three realms of change, that can move you through where you are right now into an inspired identity, into a life that you can really learn to love. So this video is on the physical realm of change. I have a nice whiteboard here in my office, and I have all kinds of stuff written on there that I want to show you, and maybe I will at the end. But currently, I'm in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's so bright and sunny that I can't even go this way without my whole everything getting washed out because it's so sunny. But at the end of this taping, I will move the camera so you can see the stuff on the board. Anyway, so in the physical realm of change, there are actually two types of physicalities that we can talk about. The first one, which I've mentioned before in terms of effects of everlasting divorce, is the internal or physical health realm. So in terms of a realm of change, one of the places you can make change is in your personal health, in taking care of your body. A lot of what we're talking about is how to take care of your emotions too, but it can also start with how do you take care of your body. We all know that sleep, water, and nutrition and exercise are ways that you can take care of your body. We also, those of us who have lived and are living in everlasting divorce, know that those things are often really difficult to come by. Sleep can be hard because your thoughts are being interrupted by the stress that you're under. Nutrition can be difficult because maybe you don't have time to make a good meal, or you don't have the money to go buy good groceries. Exercise, same thing. Maybe you don't have the time, maybe you don't have the motivation. So this is a realm of change because there are little tiny things we can each do that can make us feel better. We can walk a little further, park the car a little bit further away from the door to work or home or the store or whatever. Really eating healthy, cutting out the fries when you go and get a sandwich or something, just little tiny things. Not only will those things add up in terms of just your overall health, but they will give you kind of that boost that, hey, I've got control over something in my life. I don't have control over my ex and all the craziness that goes along with that, but I have control over what I put in my body, when I put myself to sleep, and how far I walk. So that's one realm of change that you can, even today, make some changes in. I do want to say a little bit about sleep. Sleep is crucial, and sleep is often very evasive. Studies have shown, and I don't have them here to cite the actual study, but sleep deprivation can lead to weight gain, it can lead to depression. Some of that's also common sense. So anything you can do to help yourself get more sleep at night will benefit you tremendously in the long run. Maybe it means you don't do the dishes, or you don't clean, or you don't pay your bills tonight. You go to bed when the kids go to bed, that kind of thing, just to get an extra hour or an extra half hour. It might also mean getting off the phone, getting off your Facebook, stop texting, putting away the electronics a little bit before bedtime. I know it sounds like something we'd tell like a 15-year-old, but it can also apply to us. I know I've done that where I've had to just put the phone away so I can go to sleep. So those are little things that you can do right now. The other component of this physical realm of change is the external physicality component. What that means is monitoring and managing your proximity, your physical proximity to your ex. So sometimes we have to run into them when we're doing an exchange of the children, or there's a school event or a church event or a family event. Sometimes we feel like we have to respond to texts or phone calls or emails right away. So in that arena of physicality, of proximity, whether it's actual I put eyes on them or I'm communicating with them, we have a lot of control, maybe sometimes even more than we think. So if you think to your situation, how often do you actually have to see your ex? In those times, you might, and if seeing your ex causes you a great deal of stress, which for a lot of people it does, you might think about, what are ways I can do that differently? Can I plan to arrive before or after when my ex is going to arrive so we're not walking in at the same time? Can I plan to sit somewhere else? Can I plan to not respond to a text for some amount of time, whether it's 15 minutes or 2 days? You get to decide what's critical for you to respond to and what isn't. A high conflict ex relationship sometimes feeds on itself when there's a lot of texting or calling or emailing or physical, seeing each other. A lot of that conflict can result in the contact. So anything you can do to reduce those contact points, whether it's how you see them, when you see them, how you respond, when you respond, etc. You have control in that arena too. This is a realm of change. This is a place where you can make changes in your behavior that can have an impact on this everlasting divorce. And that impact can be a reduction of stress for you. One thing to keep in mind is when you start making changes in yourself, in this, particularly in these ideas of proximity and contact with your ex, that is a change that's going to have repercussions. It may be initially that your ex doesn't like these changes, and so they might want to increase communication with you, increase the amount of time they see you, increase the hostility, increase the baiting to try to get you to respond. It's important that you know that that can happen so that you can really double down on setting your boundary in terms of contact. If you know that they're going to bait you harder than they were baiting you before, you can be stronger in resisting responding. So that's the physical realm of change. The internal, your physical health, how you take care of yourself, and the external, how do you manage your contact with your ex. I'm going to see now if I can move this camera so that you can see the stuff on the board. It's what I've just told you, but at least it's in writing in case you're more of a visual learner. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, there we go. All right. So it says, let's get physical. We've got external and proximity. That's one area of physical change. And then your internal and physical health. Also, I have on the board there, you can feel free to visit my website at touchingtrees.com. You can also find our page on Facebook, which is facebook.com/touchingtrees. From that Facebook page, you'll see that we have a Twitter and Instagram and a blog and all kinds of things. So anything you want to do to be in contact with me, that would be great. Again, my name is Jenny McNamara, and you can reach me if you'd like to send an email at Jenny, JENNIMCMC, @touchingtrees.com. Thanks.